afternoon. We are the Lyman High School Peace Builders. For our Peace Project, we wanted to address Lyman's backpack program. A backpack donation exists at Lyman due to its student body needs. More on that later. But we have taken it upon ourselves to develop this program into a community building youth activism project where students from all parts of the school can participate in growing foods for students at Lyman.
Lyman is a medium-sized school in Seminole County with a population of 2,000 students. Of that, half are relying on free and reduced lunch. Of them, around 25 families are currently relying on the PTSA backpack program that exists. Families must apply for this program and upon approval receive food-filled backpacks every Wednesday. We are currently creating 25 to 30 backpacks each week for the students/immediate family members who have applied.
Our school does a sufficient job at providing non-perishable items to these families. However, we couldn't help but notice the lack of nutrition sent in these meal plans. This is due to the non-perishable nature of the program. We currently service canned and boxed goods rather than fresh foods. We believe it is essential for every student at Lyman to be properly nourished in order to be the best person they can be, regardless of hardship or circumstances that are out of student control.
Some time ago, our club visited Peace Conference at Celebration High School. Here, we met Diego Carnero, a cello player who fixes and recycles broken instruments, allowing 4 children to learn the thrill of music. Diego passionately played the cello in many moving pieces. When he finished, he explained how his work had impacted so many young children throughout Central and South America. It is at this time that we hope to have the same impact on our own community. Diego's example of conquering structural violence, extreme poverty, is challenging through love and joy with music. Though we won't focus on musical instruments like Diego's motivation and passion, we strive to combat structural violence. This violence is the limited access to nutritional foods for those families that need it. The aim is to have a community of students who come together with a common goal of supporting those who truly need help at Lyman High School.
The food donations became a necessity because of our student population. The students from the low-income areas do not have access to a lot of fresh food options. Those that are assisted through the backpack program receive boxed and or canned goods that are high in sodium, which can lead to high cholesterol and high blood pressure. This is typically the only food available to these low-income families in and around Longwood, with the major grocery stores being Target and Saks Groceries liquidators.
Due to this food disparity, we have developed Plants for Peace. Our goal is to enlist the help of many eager volunteers at Lyman who are looking for ways to truly make a difference in our community. We plan to develop a working greenhouse to provide Lyman families with the necessary nutrition to feel whole again.
In the early 1990s, under Carlton D. Henley, the Lyman Greenhouse was built. This greenhouse became the centerpiece of the Agri-Science and Horticulture program under Mr. Azcona for over 30 years. 2 years ago, Mr. Azcona retired, and the Agri-Science and Horticulture classes were no longer offered to Lyman students. The greenhouse lay dormant until one of our teachers, Mrs. Telepaw, decided to reinvigorate the program. While the courses are still not offered, she was able to start a plant club. It is through this club that Interact Club became interested in a partnership to grow healthy foods for the Lyman food donations. We have employed strong communication skills in talking with our greenhouse owner to discuss the various foods we could and should grow. We have been active listeners when coordinating with our school admin, therefore receiving great feedback from our principal, who also gave us the contact of our food pantry leader. We look forward to partnering with our school's many volunteering clubs who will help us inspire the Lyman community. Patience and motivation is key to our success.
We are in constant communication with the greenhouse teacher about care for the plants and how many plants we will need next year as we implement our project. She recommends that we start off with purchasing plants rather than seeds, which she also recommends that we plant longer-lasting crops such as potatoes and carrots. We also work with our local Rotarian, Mr. Bill Stack, to get funding for the items that we need through a business plan that will be established this summer. As we begin the next year, we will take volunteers from Lyman's Interact, National Honor Society, and Student Government Association to plant and harvest the food. Planting will begin in the fall. We will need roughly 3 students a day operating Monday through Thursday in the greenhouse, and then 6 students every Friday to ensure the plants are ready for the weekend. Every week, Lyman aims to support up to 30 families that do not have a sense of food security by sending home backpacks filled with non-perishable food items. Since we want to provide more nutritional foods, the main beneficiaries of our project will be those less fortunate families at Lyman. By also involving help from students and service-based organizations, we're uniting people from all socioeconomic statuses in our Lyman community. In addition, we're also working to reduce the negative stigma behind families that are locked behind poverty. Although we haven't had a chance to speak with these families due to clearance issues within our school, we are currently trying to perform outreach.
We'll address two pillars of peace: equitable distribution of resources and high levels of human capital, which work together to tackle unequal distribution of foods caused by poverty. The structural violence within this poverty is damaging to health among students at Lyman High School. Relationships will be built among the volunteers of the project, such as our Interact Body, National Honor Society, and any student interested in horticulture. We will all come together to unite our true Lyman family and end unhealthy food distribution methods.
Through our partnership with Rotarians Mr. Bill Stack and Mr. Don Harris, we are looking to extend the backpack program to incorporate as many families as possible. Our goal would be 50, and our hope is that by adding fresh food, we can also create more backpacks to reach our goal. Once we have successfully helped the families here at Lyman, we look to partner with the Boys and Girls Club, the Sharing Center, and the Boys Town of Central Florida. These are local food banks that would make amazing partners when expanding beyond Lyman High School.
Our project will be successful when our community has better health and access to fresh fruits and vegetables provided by our backpack system. Fresh produce is a necessity that each and every individual deserves. With this increased exposure to nutrition, our second hope is that people will be able to find a love for fruits and vegetables, thus increasing a healthy lifestyle in other ways such as exercise.
Now for the SMART test. Our project is specifically addressing the lack of nutrition within our current backpack program. We will measure this by collecting how much we are growing, how much we need, and how much we send out by item. We will achieve our goals by getting sponsorships such as well as uniting Lyman's various volunteer programs to allow us to have enough manpower. Our project is relevant since Lyman High School is a Title I qualified school with nearly 1,000 students relying on free and reduced lunch. We are timed by our growing seasons, as well as how often we must collect the food to send out to the families.
Lyman students and local organizations should join us because access to fresh, healthy fruits and vegetables is something that we believe all children should be entitled to. By uniting towards the goal of providing these nutritious alternatives to traditionally unhealthy, non-perishable food items, we are bettering the health of our community and our Lyman High School family. Thank you for joining us.